Is there a word analogous to shooting yourself in the foot? Specifically, I'm wondering if there's a word that describes the phenomenon where some party takes some action to remedy a situation, and the result of that action makes the original situation worse. Recent examples that made me think about this. The NFL suspended a journalist for editorializing a podcast in a way against the party line. The suspension brought the podcast into much more popular light and greatly increased public sympathy for the journalist. On Sunday, the protests in Hong Kong were apparently quite civilized, but the police crackdown/pepper spray movement dramatically increased public support for the protesters, and the protests have only swelled in size and support, to my understanding. I'm wondering if there is a very succinct word for this phenomenon that has so far eluded me. I'm not even sure shooting yourself in the foot is a good saying to describe it.
I'm wondering if there's a word that describes the phenomenon where some party takes some action to remedy a situation, and the result of that action makes the original situation worse. First, shooting oneself in the foot doesn't necessarily imply that you were trying to remedy a bad situation, only that your actions have caused yourself misfortune in some way. However, the examples you cite both sound more like the Streisand effect, in which attempting to suppress or censor something ironically results in an increase in its general popularity. If you were looking for a more general word, there are lots of words which indicate different degrees of this sort of mistake or error, like gaffe, fumble, and backfire. Gaffe and fumble especially imply that you've caused yourself misfortune in some way, though they tend to apply to verbal actions, as in, the politician committed this election cycle's biggest gaffe when he gave reporters a piece of his mind without realizing their cameras were rolling. Backfire implies that you've caused yourself misfortune in a more general way, as in, the plan to donate the company's excess revenue to charity backfired when it was revealed that the charity in question was the CEO's foundation.
The term backfire means of a plan or action, rebound adversely on the originator, have the opposite effect to what was intended, overzealous publicity backfired on her. Oxford Dictionary Online. Similarly, boomerang. Of a plan or action, returned to the originator, often with negative consequences, and misleading consumers about quality will eventually boomerang on a car maker. Oxford Dictionary Online. And blowback. Chiefly the unintended adverse results of a political action or situation, and this is the blowback from all those aggressive public health campaigns. Oxford Dictionary Online.
Backfired, to fail unexpectedly, to fail with an undesired result. Not a noun, but a verb. A similar word is to have an action boomerang, to recall or return unexpectedly, causing harm to its originator, backfire. Shooting oneself in the foot is erroneously thought to have shifted meaning from the intentional act in World War I of soldiers to escape battle, a somewhat artificial outcome, to the now popular meaning of to do or say something stupid which causes problems for you. TFD, however, this appears to be a misconception. An early example can be found in a sad report in the Appleton Crescent newspaper of August 1857, Mr. Dariel S. Leo, consul to Basel, accidentally shot himself through the foot, 4 or 5 days ago, in a pistol gallery at Washington, and died on Sunday of lockjaw. Worldwide words. The author concludes, I'm sure the expression shoot oneself in the foot derives from such accidents, usually the result of incompetence, and has led to our current meaning of making an embarrassing error of judgment or inadvertently making one's own situation worse. That men did it deliberately as a way to avoid combat is only a side meaning.
Counterproductive, thwarting the achievement of an intended goal, tending to defeat one's purpose. This is basically the adjective form of backfired.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.